My name is Marie and I struggle with depression and possibly post-traumatic stress disorder 1.
My name is Troy Johnson. I suffer from depression and anxiety.
My name is Adrian and I struggle with anxiety.
My name is Jay and I struggle with ADHD.
My name is Steve Britt and I have trouble with competing personalities.
So for me, being motivated to do things like school and even something simple like doing the laundry, things like that, I just a lot of the time can't seem to just get myself to do it, even though I know it's something I need to do in order to succeed or feel better. It's just the executive function, dysfunction, it kind of kicks in and it's like, no, you can scroll TikTok all day, even though it makes you feel like crap.
Well, the anxiety attacks, that was like having a heart attack, and it was random, and it was, there was no trigger. There was, everything could be fine and just out of nowhere get hit with that. So that affected day-to-day life. With the medication that I'm on, that makes me feel much better. I'm no longer able to drive a fork truck at work because I can tell that I'm a half step slow, that my reaction time is not as quick, but I do feel better.
I can't take control of myself sometimes. It just depends on the situation. Like if I'm emotional, or if I'm angry, and there's like some things I can take control, but I really can't.
It really depends on the day. Like, sometimes it's almost like a debilitating thing where it makes it like extremely hard to do anything because anxiety is kind of like a fear type thing. It tells you that you're not good enough to do something, that you're bad at like whatever it is you're doing. And it can get to the point where it's like you don't want to do anything because you don't even see a point in trying anymore.
It affects other things, weird random things that I didn't realize until I got diagnosed. Like, I get understimulated very easily, so words. Take your time. Hey, ADHD, here we go. I get understimulated a lot, and I didn't realize that's what it was, so when I was younger, I used to like eat anything in sight because I was bored, like an extreme amount of boredom, and now it kind of presents itself as I lay in bed all day watching TikTok, even though I could crochet or watch something, I just can't seem to get myself to because I'm so understimulated.
Everything times 10, like everything is just harder for no reason. Like you've got, everyday stress and everyday activities, and then you just throw in being sad and tired for no reason all the time, and like forgetting to take your meds or sudden anxiety, or like it just makes everything harder for no reason whatsoever. And then if there is a reason, then it's 2 times harder because then there's the reason and then there's the depression on top of that.
So with my anxiety, I kind of have like a second voice almost that just like, I don't know, it kind of tells me all these like awful things that aren't necessarily true, like how people really feel about me and stuff like that.
I think it's both isolating and community providing. It can be really isolating, like I said, when I'm understimulated and I just hide in my room all day and I almost physically can't make myself get up and do things, which also plays into depression because anxiety and depression are really common with people who have ADHD. So it can be isolating in that sense where I get the depression and I get the understimulation and I just like can't function, it feels like sometimes.
It's like hard to explain to people exactly what it's like, and it's hard to get people to understand, and it's hard to ask for help with those things. So, and then if you do want to ask for help, it's kind of hard to like not be a burden because it's like not really something you can control, but you want help, but you want to do it alone. So it's like, it's just an isolating experience. And like with the depression, like my parents will be like asking me what's wrong 24/7, and I'm like, I don't have any reason to be sad, but here we are. So it's like, yeah, it's just hard to explain to people what it's like. So you feel kind of isolated, and then just the thoughts in your head make you feel more isolated, you know, your brain being mean to you.
It can almost feel like everyone around you is kind of perfectly normal and you're like the only person that struggles with it, because you don't see what's going on in other people's minds. You kind of just see like how they are in general, so you don't really like have any insight into that with other people.
In getting diagnosed, I've been able to recognize things and see, oh, that is ADHD, and I'm not the only person who does that, and there is a reason. It's not just me, I'm not just lazy. So while it can be hard because I don't always know how to function, or I can't always make myself function the way I think I should, I'm able to easily look and see people who are experiencing the same thing and find tools and tips to be able to counteract that.
For, not to be, I'll just be politically incorrect. I have a lot of crazy friends, so we get to talk about the drugs we're on, and I actually had a really good support group because I know a large percentage of people that are medicated for this reason or that reason. So that part was easy. I had somebody to call right away as soon as I was diagnosed.
I can reach out to other people when stuff like that happens. I have good friends who always have my side.
What is something that you really need to hear right now?
Oh.
That's a great question.
I don't really have a good answer for that. I
That's okay.
don't know.
I think that like everybody with mental illnesses just needs to hear that it's okay sometimes. Like what they're feeling is okay, that they're not alone, that people care about them. Definitely just common reassurances mean so much more with like mental problems, because like your brain is telling you all these mean things. So just having a real person like reach out and tell you those things rather than just like trying to assure yourself is like really powerful, I think.
I need to hear that do I actually got friends who will be there for my side all times, because high school and stuff like that is kind of a little hard because I'm a quiet person and sometimes I lose friends out of nowhere. So if they just talk to me about that, then that'll be great. So
That my thoughts and my anxieties aren't like who I am as a person. I think that's probably a helpful thing for anybody with anxiety to hear.
Probably what I need to hear is that it's okay to not know, like not know what's next, not know why something is the way it is, just to be in a place where some things I can control, some things I can't. If I don't know how to and I can't find how right now, that's okay, like it will happen, and I'll get there. So just go with it and reach out if I need it, and if I find like there's something that works for me, don't be afraid, not being afraid to do it, and even if it's inconvenient for other people.
like I said in the beginning, I'm a very quiet person, but I'm also respectful, responsible, and helpful. I'm also a creative person, and I did this.
So I don't like talking about my feelings. I don't like, I was raised without affection. As far as I think the most affectionate my dad ever was he shook my hand when I was leaving on a very long trip, and that was, and I was raised with you bottle it up and you just shove it down and you keep going, and man up. There was a lot of man up. And there's no weakness in admitting that you need help or getting help.
Understand that it's okay to talk to people about this type of thing.
I still don't like talking about any of this, but
And you're not a burden by talking to people about it.
but it's okay to talk to people I know that are also going through it. So if you can find your tribe or your people that understand you, it's that human connection is really, really important.
There are people who are experiencing the same thing and no tips and tricks that have helped them.
You're not alone. Like, there's a ton of people that struggle with mental illnesses, like depression, anxiety, like everything. You're not alone. There's people that care about you. There's people that might have the same experience as you, and you just gotta find them.
So just keep going, keep looking for community.
Keep going every day. It's really hard sometimes, but it's worth it in the end.
Like, it's healthy to get that stuff out.
You'll figure out how to function, and with friends you can figure it out together.
Just gotta look for those people, keep going, be open, keep going.
Just keep at it.
Mental illness is not something that's made up for views or follows. It's a very real thing, and in reality it doesn't only affect 1 in 100, it affects 1 in 25 people. It's not something that should be hidden or that you should feel like it should be hidden, and I think it's something that we all should talk about more.
Cut! Out of frame, please.
Hey, did I do okay?
You did great. Absolutely wonderful answering those questions. You looked absolutely horrible on camera, though.
I'm sorry?
I said you looked terrific on camera.
Oh, I must have misheard you.
Common misconception. And thank you for being part of my interviews. I want my viewers to know how important mental health is and that it should be talked about more often.
I completely understand. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Oh, thank you. Hey, you know where the door is. Get lost, weirdo.
Oh, hey, honey. How'd the interview go?
It was horrible. Everyone hated me. I stuttered too much. I looked pale under the spotlight. I should have never gone. It went fine.
Great. Well, I made dinner for you while you were gone, so have a seat. I didn't make you any food because you don't deserve it. I want you to sit here and watch me eat. And keep your mouth shut because I don't want you to speak. I can't stand to hear you talk. Did you hear what I said? I left a plate in the microwave for you so your food wouldn't get cold.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I'll go get it.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've had a long day. I'll get the food for you. Don't worry. Oh, let me get you something to drink. What would you like?
Yeah, just a water.
Okay.
There's someone in the other room. They're coming to kill you. It's a thief, and they're going to hurt you. You're so stupid for being down here in the dark. Why did you have to be hungry? You're going to die. There's no one there. You don't need that food. You don't deserve to eat. Everyone hates how you look. Don't give them one more thing to hate. Everyone you talked to today hated you. The director, your dad, the bus driver. No one cares about you. You shouldn't have eaten even the tiny bit you did. There's a person in your room waiting for you, waiting until you fall asleep, wanting to kill you. And good thing, too. It's probably the guy in the elevator this morning. He was probably staring at you the whole time. He knew what a phony you are. Everyone knows that, and they all hate you.